Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us to the Virtual College Exploration for California students. So a few things is if you want to ask a question, you can go ahead and hit the Q&A button and you can go ahead and ask your questions there. We can't see or hear you, so that's your form of communication with the panelists. We also have many more sessions for today and tomorrow, so you can go ahead and go to College2Career fairsconnect.org and sign up there. And this session is being recorded, so if you'd like to review anything that the panelists are talking about, or if you want to just, look over the information or anything, you can come back to the website in about a week, and we'll have it up on the website. Okay, so I'm gonna hand it over to our panelists.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you all very much for joining us today. My name's Adrienne Loveland. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission for the University of Wyoming, and I'm going to let my colleague introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ian Zerby. I'm an admissions representative here with the University of Wyoming.
So we're going to go through a lot of information about the University of Wyoming, but please know we welcome your questions. This time is for you, and we want to make sure that you walk away with more information than you came with. So please ask away, and hopefully we'll get to your questions before the time ends, but we will do our best. So a little bit about the University of Wyoming. We are located in Laramie, Wyoming, which if any of you have not been there, and that's okay if you haven't, we are in the southeast corner of the state. So to put that into perspective, we are about 2.5 hours from the airport in Denver, or about 50 minutes north of Fort Collins, 45 minutes west of Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we are a little more rural. We're a town of about 30,000, and we are very outdoorsy. We are in between two mountain ranges. Excuse me. So we are a fantastic, your true blue college town. If Wikipedia had a picture of a college town, it should be Laramie, because for so many reasons, but really we are the only four-year school in the state. So there is a lot of there's a lot of love, there's a lot of loyalty for this school. So you're going to find that the university is sort of the community, and the community is sort of the university. We are two in one. So when you join the university, you're definitely joining a family. A little bit about UW. We have a little over 12,000 students. And what we love is that this is the perfect size. We're kind of a middle-sized institution where it's big enough where you're going to get the resources of a very large school. So the research, the faculty, the endowments, but it's small enough where you're going to know your professors and you're going to meet some really great people and feel like, again, you're connected to that community. Some kind of boring-ish statistics, but statistics that are really important when you do get to campus is we have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And what that means to you is you're going to know your professors. They're going to know you. They may not know your favorite color or your dog's name, but they know you are in their biology class on Tuesday morning. So when you come ask for help, they're going to be like, yes, you have been in class. Like, let's work on this. Let's see what we can do. You're going to see them out in the community too, because this is this small town. 90% of your classes will be taught by professors and not graduate students, which that you should get. My whole 4-year experience there, I never had a graduate student except twice in a lab. All my lecture classes and all my actual classes were taught by professors. And then our average class size is 30. We throw this number out, but there's always that disclaimer of it's an average. So there are some smaller and there are some that are much bigger. The biggest class size that we can hold at Wyoming is 165. We only have 3 of those rooms on our entire campus for 12,000 students. And of that, one of those is the football film review room. So you will never have class there. So that leaves 2 rooms that hold 165 students for 12,000 students. So that right there tells you it's pretty slim that you're going to be in that class. And a number that we're really proud of at Wyoming is that not only are you going to get a great education with us, you can get a fantastic job, and industry is looking for University of Wyoming students. 92% of our students had jobs or were in graduate school 6 months within graduation. That is huge. That is significantly above the national average. And with our surrounding states, that's above what they're at as well. So we kind of talked about that student body number of 12,000. What is comprised of that number is, do know that every single state is represented in Laramie. Also 90 different countries are represented in UW. That gives us a lot of diversity, that gives us some very rich thought, and we really take a lot of pride in our student body. And we are 50% in-state and 50% out-of-state. So we love to keep it that way. I mentioned that we were in between two mountain ranges. So if you're visual like I am, you want to see that. You want to see those mountains. So if you like anything outside, we have it. 15 minutes to the east, probably literally from your residence halls, you will be at Vitavu, which has outstanding hiking, world-class mountain biking, world-class rock climbing. So you will have a truly unique experience. 30 minutes to the west, and that's 30 minutes with red lights, you can be skiing. You can be at Snowy Range skiing, ski to lift. You can be hiking, you can be fishing, you can be whitewater rafting, you can be snow machining, snowmobiling. Any of that is right at your fingertips. So we are really a big school for outdoor. If you're not an outdoor student, that's okay. There is plenty to do that is indoor. But I encourage you to try this, because if you're coming to Wyoming, why not give it a chance? You might find something you really love. One of the things that I love to do, they have up in Vitavu, they have a full moon snowshoe. So on the full moon, you get to go up there and snowshoe with the full moon, and then there's a big bonfire at the end. So I highly recommend that. That doesn't need a lot of skill. If I can do it, you can do it. Wyoming is a Division I athletic school. We're in the Mountain West Conference, so that's comprised of CSU, Colorado State, Fresno State, Utah State, San Jose State, lots of states, New Mexico, Boise, UNLV, Air Force. And fun fact, Wyoming has the most active NFL players out of the Mountain West Conference. Oh, and San Diego State's included in there. That includes our very proud Josh Allen, who's the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. And if you saw his game this weekend, you know that our heart lies with Buffalo Bills too. If Division I athletics is not something you're interested in, we do encourage you to go to the games. They're free for our students. They carry a lot of tradition. That pride, that love, that loyalty for the school happens a lot on game day Saturdays. We do have club sports. We do have intramural sports. If you're just not into that, know that our fine arts is outstanding. And you do not need to be a fine arts major to participate in those. So if you have been in the marching band your whole life, but you want to be an engineer, awesome, do both. I want you to do that at UW. That's a way to meet people. That's a way to feel connected. So we would really push that you do both. We do have over 300 clubs and organizations, and that number just continues to grow. We have everything from religious and political groups, which this time is probably not the best to put together, but we do. And then one of my favorite groups, which I wish I was the advisor of, is the Grill and Chill group. And they do just that. They grill and they chill and they hang out and meet each other. Perfect group. We also have a student government. If that is something you're interested in, Wyoming's is unbelievable compared to some other schools. You will work with our board of trustees. You will work with our legislators and our senators. At other schools, that is not something on the plate. And then I've mentioned this several times as our love and loyalty, but when you're the only four-year school, that's what there is. There's no professional team. It's not a state divided. So people rally around this institution. It's not unheard of for somebody to drive 9 hours for a football game or to start tailgating on a Tuesday because it's homecoming, because they love this school. The steamboat, which you'll see up here, you can see somebody wearing that anywhere and you say, "Go Pokes," and you have this instant connection. It is something I can't say any of my friends going to other schools have experienced, and they always laugh about it when it happens to me. So it's very cool to have that when you come to Wyoming. We do require students to live on campus. I've been talking about community. I've been talking about connecting you to campus. The best way we can do that your first year is to have you on campus. We want you to start to feel as a part of the UW family, and the best way we can do that is know that you're on campus and help provide different areas for you to go. We do have something called FIGs, or Freshman Interest Group. And what's really great about this is they can be academic. So everybody on your FIG floor is health sciences. So you've got nursing, you got pharmacy, you got your PA students, your pre-med students, and you're going to take 3 classes together. So you A, have an instant study group, you B, are meeting some like-minded students, and C, it's also a great way to be like, maybe I don't want to do nursing. Maybe I want to be a pre-med student. We also have interest floors and lifestyle floors that are FIGs. So if you like the outdoors, there you go. There is a floor for that. If you would prefer to live on the LGBTQ floor, we have that. So we want to make sure that we help bridge the gap from high school to college in the best way we can. We do allow freshmen to bring a car. In fact, we encourage you to. You do have to buy a parking permit to park on the campus, but you don't have to. Some students opt not to, but it is an option for you. We do offer over 200 different areas of study at Wyoming. We literally have everything from accounting to zoology. We even have a self-design major. So if there's something you want to do, or maybe it's a combination of degrees, you can do that with us at Wyoming. We do allow our students to double major, major and minor, major and double minor, go for it. Sometimes passions don't always align with majors, so we want to encourage you to do that. This is our website that will take you to all of our majors that we have at Wyoming, and it'll also provide another link from there with minors. Some things that we're known for, I wouldn't say that we're not known for a lot, because we are. Definitely our engineering program. We just built a $150 million building for undergraduates to use for research. At a larger institution, students, you would not see this as an undergrad. You might be able to walk by it and throw your stuff in the trash by it, but that's it. At Wyoming, we want you in there. We want you utilizing it. Also, our education program, we are number 6 in the country for our College of Education, because we are one of the last 3% of schools in the entire country to have something we call a lab school. So we have kids kindergarten through 8th grade you'll be working with as a sophomore. So this helps make sure you want to be an education major, and it also makes sure you want to teach the grade you're going into. And then our business school, we've been ranked by the AACSB as one of the top 13% of business schools in the country. We do have a Nobel Peace Prize winner on our staff who did stay at Wyoming, because we're going to let him teach you as freshmen. You want to take every class from Dr. Sjogren. He is awesome, he's funny, and you learn a ton from him. And then our direct entry nursing and pharmacy programs are amazing. Those are really fantastic programs. They are competitive, but we get some really great students in those. And then our environmental and natural resources. If you're interested in renewability, sustainability, or conservation, Wyoming is the state to do that. We have everything from sadly endangered species to coal, oil, and gas, and how you make all these worlds collide or combine and work together. So you have the ability to do some big research and work with some top faculty. Also, I'd be remiss not to mention our veterinary program. Wyoming is home to the Wyoming State Vet Lab, a part of our campus, and you get to work there. That is something that at another school, you wouldn't be looking at that building until a master's program. At Wyoming, again, we want you in there. We want you to see your degree come to life, and we want you to make sure that's the degree you want to be in. So those are just some highlights. If there's a specific major that you're interested in, please throw that in the Q&A, and Ian's happy to kind of type it out or give you a link, or I'm happy to talk more about it. Just let us know, because we want to make sure we talk about, again, what you're interested in. I did talk a little bit about research, and again, I'm visual, so I assume you all are too. Just a couple of highlights up here in this top left-hand corner. Wyoming is home to NCAR, or the supercomputer. We got this over some big schools. Wyoming is the perfect place for it. We actually have students working in cybersecurity, computer engineering, and computer science in this building. It is the nation's largest collection of environmental data. With global warming happening and all these things, this couldn't be any more important. It is invaluable. So we need our students learning how to keep track of this. Down here, left-hand corner, this is actually our drill simulator. We are one of 5 schools in the country to have a drill simulator. We are one of 3 schools in the country to have both a land and a water drill simulator. And then up here in the middle, this is Ashley Defoe. She is an archaeology anthropology major, and the Smithsonian offers 18 internships a year. It is easier to get into Harvard than it is to get these internships. Ashley got one twice, 2 summers back to back. She's now working with one of the professors at the Smithsonian on some things in Croatia and genocide. Over here, we do have work on artificial intelligence. Down here, we've got students working on pharmaceuticals, on how to make things more pronounced so that you understand some of the pros and cons of different pharmaceuticals. And then we have so many students doing different things. Here we have some clean energy. So there is so many ways to get involved with research at the University of Wyoming. We also really want you to go abroad. What an experience. Wyoming, you can go over to 400 different sites worldwide. This year, unfortunately, our students are not able to go due to the vid, but hopefully in the future, we'll be able to send them. We want it to be safe. Your credits will transfer. You will pay as if you're coming to Laramie, so Wyoming tuition and fees. You'll keep your scholarships and your financial aid, but only you're in Athens or Peru or Beijing or Prague, wherever it is you want to go. You can go to English speaking schools. So if you're fluent in a language, you get to take a test to prove that to us. But if you just want to immerse yourself in the culture, that's such a good thing to do for every degree, to see how other countries operate. If there is a place you want to study that we don't have an agreement with, we'll get you there as long as it's safe. So there are some places we're not going to send you for a while. But Wyoming was really blessed with the nation's largest study abroad endowment ever given to a public institution. So we really take advantage of that for our students. So that's a little bit about UW in a nutshell. That's our student life. That's what students are into doing. Let's talk a little bit about admission. So for admission to the University of Wyoming, we are a moderately selective school. This year, we are test optional for admission, but we do need a test score for scholarships, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. For admission to the university, we are going to need you to take these classes in high school. Our high school success curriculum is what we call them, which is 4 years of math, science, and English, and then additional coursework, which really transcribes to your electives. Within that, we would like to see a foreign language back to back. So a Spanish 1, Spanish 2, not a French 1 and a Russian 1, consecutive. And then we need 3 years of social science. So this is your government, your civics, psychology type classes. That is what we want to see from freshman to senior year. And your senior year, we can see those classes in progress and you can get credit for it. And then we'd like you to have a 3.0 unweighted GPA. If you have that, congratulations, welcome to Wyoming. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, well, I have a 287, well, we can work with you. We can still look at students that are below that 3.0. So we will work with you. I encourage you to apply and let us know if there's anything we should be considering. For an application process, we are on a rolling admission, which means we're consistently accepting applications throughout the year. I would tell you to get your application in before May 1st because that is the universal accept or decline date. And at that point, scholarships are going to be cut off. So applying before May 1 is a good thing. The only 2 exceptions to this are our nursing and pharmacy program because those are direct entry. So we need your application by December 1st for them. We do accept the common application or our own regular application for UW. We need a $40 application fee, your transcript, and test scores sent in for scholarship. You do not need to send those test scores in with your application packet for admission. Those can come later. This is all we need for an application. Application, transcript, $40 application fee. We will get back to you in about 14 to 21 days, as quick as we can. And then you're moving and grooving. We do accept AP classes or IB, and especially dual enrollment. So if you're taking a class for high school and college credit, we will give you both the high school and the college credit. These websites are fantastic because they will tell you what the score is you need on the IB or AP classes, and what class they will count for in college. Generally, AP classes 4s and 5s will get you college credit. IB 4 pluses, HL and SL. I've kind of mentioned scholarships a little bit. 3 different things. We are a WUI school, the Western Undergraduate Exchange. We do participate in that. We are also, if your parents graduated from Wyoming, we do have a child of an alum benefit. So I'm happy to talk about that. And then we do have the Brown and Gold Commitment Scholarship as well. All of our scholarships you will apply to through your application for admission. So there's not an extra application. Again, rolling deadline, and they are good for 4 years as long as you maintain a 3.0. The only exception to that is the child of alum. That has no ending point and you don't have to maintain a GPA. Everything else you do. So for our WUI and Brown and Gold Scholarship, what we do is we're going to take your unweighted GPA, which you can see here on the left-hand side. We're going to take your best ACT or SAT score. We do not have a preference on score or which test you take. Those 2 numbers, where they coincide on this graph, we will guarantee you $2,000, $4,000, or $7,000 in Brown and Gold commitment. Or if you land up here in this top gold category, that is how you will receive the WUI. WUI for us is equivalent to about $11,565 a year. Again, all of these are good for 4 years, but you do need to maintain that 3.0. Now, because we are not test optional for scholarship, please know, we understand getting a test site right now feels like finding a unicorn. So we will work with you. You don't have to get that test score sent into us right away. We need it by May 1st. So take your time. If you're running into some barriers and it's getting close to May and you're still not able to get a test, contact us. Please let us know what's going on. We are willing to work with students. We don't have a lot of answers on how that's going to work because we just announced our test optional status. So we're figuring some things out, but the more we know from you and the more communication we get from you, the easier it is to work with you and get you a solution. So please be in touch. We do offer a net price calculator, which I really encourage our students to take advantage of. This will help you see what it's going to cost to attend college. This is the website where you'll find ours. You just scroll down to the bottom and there it is. So what you do is you put in some information and it'll spit out what the cost will be for you. It's a really helpful tool. We also offer an honors college. If this is something of interest to you, I highly recommend taking advantage of Wyoming's. You need one of 3 things to qualify for it: an ACT composite score of 27, an SAT composite of 1270 or higher, or an unweighted GPA of a 3.7. We also will take the IB diploma as a qualification for the honors program. On our application for admission, there's a piece that you can check that you're interested in honors, and that will pop up the essay. They do have an essay. For admission, we don't need an essay or a letter of rec, but they need an essay. Why you should think about this is definitely the guaranteed faculty mentored research. We were showing you some things about the research at Wyoming, but this is a great way to make sure you're going to get it and with somebody top in their field. The mentorship with these faculty is unbeatable, especially if you're looking to go on to professional school or graduate school. The letters of recommendation, the networking that those professors have is something that you just can't find everywhere. Also, you get priority registration. If you're not a morning person, this is a huge benefit because you can make sure you take afternoon classes or vice versa. We do have special housing at UW for our honors students. We have a FIG in the residence halls, and we also have a house on Greek Row that those students can live in if you so choose. We do keep our class sizes small. That provides a very good learning environment. And plus, when you're with like-minded students for honors, a lot of times you know they've done the reading, so the discussion is a little deeper. And then we do offer specialized tutoring as well as some very big leadership opportunities. And here is the website if you're interested for more information. So we've filled you up. We've got you on information overload. You know everything about UW. You know how to apply. You know about scholarships. But we'd love for you to visit. We know that things are a little different this year. Any other year, we would welcome you to our campus. We are going to open up in a couple of weeks for on-campus visits, safe, masks, hand washing, and distancing. But those are going to fill, we're limiting the size, so they're going to fill up quickly. So if you know you're going to be out in the area or you really want to come step foot on campus, register for those soon. This uyo.edu/visit is where you'll do that. But know that that's not mandatory or something we want or requesting you to do. If you're uncomfortable with that or not able to do that, we still have a great virtual visit. We as admissions staff will meet with you over Zoom. We can also get someone from your department to meet with you to talk about what's offered at Wyoming. So know that we have some alternatives, but if you're here and want to come to campus, we welcome you and you can definitely do that. So this is me. If you have questions, if you want to email me, that's great. But Ian and I are here now and we would love to have your questions and let you know how we can help you. So if there's questions, we'll answer those now. Otherwise, we really do hope to see you on campus at some point, and we hope that you got the information you came for, excuse me. Ian, did we get most of the questions answered?
Adrian, I think we did. If any of the students that are still on, if you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A, and I'll either answer them to you or I'll pose the question to Adrian, and we can kind of answer it out loud here if it's something that other students may benefit from or something like that. If it is a specific question, I'd be happy to answer it privately on here, so you'll remain anonymous and all of that. So,
yeah.
And this is a good question, Adrian, for students that are looking at the University of Wyoming, or I guess I can answer this for you. The question is, if a student hasn't taken all of the classes that are required for admissions on those curriculum requirements, what does that look like? And as far as an answer to that, for students that are looking at that curriculum requirement, those courses, we will allow up to 2 deficiencies in the curriculum requirement without causing you any issues, as long as it's not in the same subject. So if you only have 3 years of math and 3 years of science, you're probably still going to be admissible. We try to take a look at all of our applications on a application by application basis. And so we understand that each student situation is unique. However, as a general rule, I always like to tell students, if you have what you need in order to graduate from your high school, you probably have the curriculum requirements that UW is requiring. Adrian, do you have any more to add on that?
No, Ian, that's perfect. And thanks for that question. That's something I didn't mention. So thank you for asking that, because we know some high schools, they just say, okay, you've got 3 years, you're good. So that's okay. We will absolutely work with you, as Ian said. Oh, sorry, Ian, go ahead.
You're just fine. You're just fine. I was going to say we can stay on for a little bit longer. If anyone has questions, feel free to keep putting them in the Q&A and we'll kind of get to them as you think of them.
Definitely. And one thing I just wanted to mention, I mean, definitely Laramie gets all 4 seasons. So we want to be transparent with that. We don't want you to be surprised in October when winter comes. Not always does it come in October. It can wait till November, but it may show a few signs. But it is beautiful and we embrace it, especially with the outdoors. That brings all sorts of new fun things. Same with just some of the clubs and organizations on campus. That just means it's time for something else. And like anywhere, when it gets really cold out, even the locals don't go out. That's a good sign you shouldn't go outside either. So don't know that we don't go around in these big puffy jackets trying to be outside just to be outside. It's like when it's hot somewhere down in Phoenix, you don't go outside when it's really hot. So know that it's there, we know that, but it's also really fun. And if you weren't looking for an adventure, you would be looking at Wyoming, because it is going to be a little different. It's a different experience, but it's an awesome one. Ian, is there anything else you want to throw in or anything else I didn't touch on?
Adrian, I think you covered everything perfectly. The University of Wyoming is definitely a new experience for a lot of students, and that's part of what we're looking for in our student body, is students that are willing to go out, to experience something new, to check out new things, to really have a true college experience and take advantage of all that there is to offer. So I think you did a great job of explaining it.
Cool. Well, that is awesome. Well, we really thank you all for your time, for joining us today and hearing about the University of Wyoming. It's been a pleasure to talk to you about it. Ian and I are both alums, so it's fun for us to talk about, and easy for us to talk about. We had great experiences there. So again, if we can help in any way, if questions come up afterwards or you're having any issues with the application process, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at any point. We really are happy to help, and that's our job, to help. So with that, we'll turn it over to the facilitator. And again, thanks for your time, and go Pokes.
Thank you so much to our panelists. Okay, so this is the end of the session. So once you close the window, you'll have a very quick 4-question survey. Any feedback will help us. If you want to sign up for more sessions, you can always go to the website, the College2Career fairsconnect.org. And this recording will be available in about a week on the website. So thank you very much. Bye.